Hi everybody, how are you doing today? So, third video of the day. Well, I tried to, it's really the fourth. Uh, there were some major Lulu interruptions in the last video, so I'm starting again. Hopefully this is going to work. You just never know with this many animals around. Anyway, sometimes when Lulu decides it's dinner time, and it could be 5 hours away, you're going to have a problem. She gets a little difficult. Actually, I did just open up a new studio where I'm doing my energy healings and psychic work, and I will be making videos from there, so it will be easier. But I thought, it's kind of quiet in here today. I'll try to do it here at home. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so today I am going to talk about psychic abilities, and this is kind of weird for me because I feel like I'm just talking about myself, and I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or that, I don't know, that I'm, I don't know, different. Well, I am kind of different, but I don't know, somehow special or something, because I think that everybody has these kind of abilities, but I wanted to share some of the things that I have seen in this lifetime that are quite remarkable. I think that they are, but I also believe that anybody can do this kind of stuff, and I do teach psychic work. Classes are coming up next Tuesday at Rising Phoenix Church here in Phoenix, but that's not why I'm doing this right now, but hey, I just thought I'd throw that in while I'm talking about it. But psychic abilities, you know, we are all psychic. Everybody is psychic. Most of the time we just don't know how to interpret what you're seeing, sensing, feeling, hearing, and recognize it as it is coming from, not that it is something that's coming in through your senses that is not just normal, or that's not the right word, that's coming in a way that you can recognize that it is actually part of your intuitive body. And our bodies are, we get information through our bodies. I've taken a bunch of remote viewing classes, and the first thing you learn is that you're receiving information through your body. Your body is an instrument. It is a feeling machine, and so the more you can fine-tune into that, the more you can recognize that information is coming to you that you didn't recognize as information. Anyway, that's part of it. So when I was about 10 years old, I started getting past life memories. I'd wake up out of a dream knowing that these were my past lives. Now, I didn't know what reincarnation was. I had not heard of the word, but I knew that that was me in a past life. And I would have these dreams of being another person, a woman, and I was a 10-year-old girl. That's how it started. And since then, I've had a lot of past life recall. It happens usually spontaneously. Sometimes when I'm sleeping and dreaming, I will suddenly go into a past life. And it's different than a regular dream, and that's how you differentiate, because some people ask, well, how can you tell the difference? And if you pay attention to your dreams, and you will know the difference between what is a dream and what is perhaps a past life or a different dimension, a different reality, then that is different than a dream. And it's just, this comes with attention and awareness. Focus, attention, and awareness will help you with this. So that started when I was about 10. I also would astral project when I was a kid. Now again, I didn't have a name for this. I just knew that I was leaving my body and coming back in. And part of what happened when I was coming back in, it was incredibly painful to come back into my body, because I was in other higher dimensions. Coming back in through the body into this reality was incredibly painful, and I mean physically painful, where all of my senses would combine, and it's really, really hard to describe what happened, but it was really hard to come back here. And at some point, even around 12 years old, when I was about 12 years old, I could astral project just when I wanted to. I would just ask that sound, that vibration, and if you do astral projection, you know what this means. There would be a particular sound, vibration, feeling that would happen, and I would just call it on, and it would start happening. And also when I was astral projecting, there were beings who were assisting me with astral projection. I can't, at this point, I can't remember who they are, what they were doing, but I had an awareness that there was somebody there at the end of my bed and they're helping me. So anyway, that's that. So getting on with things. When I was, let me move this phone just a teeny bit. So when I was, let's see, when I was in New York City, I started taking psychic development classes with the Holistic Studies Institute. They're still there in New York teaching classes. A great place to learn if you're in New York City. I know they do a lot of stuff online now, like on Zoom, virtual stuff. So you can study from them. I loved it there. I had so much fun learning. The second class that we did, and this is a beginning psychic development mediumship class, we did a full-on seance. Now, I had never done a seance before, and that, just thinking about it was kind of terrifying. And but he didn't give us time to think about it. He just we're turning off the lights and this is what we're doing. And they turned off the lights and they said a little prayer and a little meditation and called in our loved ones to come in and show up. Now, this is the first time this had happened for me, where I literally saw somebody, that's Lulu barking in the background. I hope that does not interrupt this video. She's in the back room. Yeah, anyway, I think she decided it's dinner time and it's not even close. Anyway, so towards the end of the seance, and you could see things and feel things and hear things, and there were a few people who had done that before, and they were giving messages for people and stuff. Anyway, about 10 minutes before the end of this circle, so I see this woman, a spirit, that looked like a classic ghost that you might think of, like the shape of a woman that was very cloudy and white and kind of see-through, walk by. Literally, my eyes are open. I see her walk by like this, and she stopped in front of me and sat down and laid her head in my lap and started crying. And while she's crying, I started getting telepathically what the message was, and I knew it was for one of the two women who are sitting right next to me over here, and mostly I was just like, wow, this is pretty amazing. I can't believe this is happening to me. And I could get the information. She was very, very sad. She was crying. She was very upset about the relationship that how she had ended and left this lifetime with her daughter, and she was very sad about it. And so when I said, well, I have somebody here, and I'd never given a message from someone who's died before, and I said, so this message, I have a message, and it's for one of these two women over here, and I started giving the message of the information I got. And this is pretty common, that when you start having these experiences, it's more than just one thing. You kind of get information with what you're seeing or feeling. Information comes with it. And so I was giving that information, and she started crying too. And anyway, it was a pretty phenomenal experience for the first time sitting in a seance and getting the opportunity to see that. And that was the second class. And so I just got to build on that through the years. And anyway, so that was probably around 2000, I think, that I did that. Anyway, so not after that, during that time period, I think this was around 1995, because I've had these kind of interesting, unusual experiences my whole life. I used to be a hairdresser, and this was at John Masters Organics in New York City. This is a tiny salon, and I'm shampooing somebody in the background, in the shampoo room, which was a tiny room. And I'm shampooing this woman who was pregnant. And this was a darkened room. There were candles lit. It was a very relaxing, peaceful, nice music playing kind of thing going on there. And I'm shampooing this woman. And assume a hairdresser, shampoo position, right? So I'm shampooing her. And she was pregnant. And she was young. She was probably in her 20s. And what I recall from her, I don't even remember her name, but she seemed so absolutely and perfectly happy and content with being pregnant and with her body and just where she was in her life. There was just this incredible peace about her. And I am shampooing her, and I'm looking down at her, and all of a sudden I see, and my eyes are open, I'm seeing this. It was as if her physical body, her body, almost like I could see beyond her body, and I could see inside of her body. And what I saw, and it sounds weird and perhaps even kind of gross, but I could see 100% inside her body. And what I mean by that is that I could see the blood flowing through her body, like I could see her heart beating. I could see in the nervous system that the electrical impulses that go through the body, like just flowing through it, like I could see everything. And I could see her muscles. I could see this kind of symphony and dance of aliveness moving through her while I'm looking at her, looking fully through her body, seeing underneath the skin and how it works. And it was beautiful. It was that I could see all that. And it sounds like it might be gross because you're seeing inside the body, you're seeing the muscles but it was absolutely beautiful. It was so alive and in movement and beautiful. And I could see the baby inside of her, and I could see what it was. He was a boy. I didn't tell her that I was seeing this because I didn't want to scare her. But it was a phenomenal experience, and I have seen inside people's bodies, not to the extent of this experience, but I wanted to share that. And also I have seen, if you get a chance to look at the book by Alex Gray, I think it's the Mirrors book, where there's these plates of the body that he painted, and I could see also, then I've also been able to see beyond that, where you see all the chakras in the body and all of the nadis and the points within the body, and beyond that too, where you don't even look like you're a body, and it's actually hard to recognize. You cannot see who the person is because it's all energy, but you feel who the person is in the energy field. And these beings, I woke up out of a dream, and I was in this state where they were showing me this state of one of the bodies, and I can't even remember what it's called, because there's the etheric body. You know, the problem with identifying these things is a whole bunch of different traditions in school call these bodies different things, so it's hard to actually say which body it is. But it was beyond, it was the energy body that is beyond the etheric template, that is just energy. And they were showing me where things were stuck. So I could see myself as this body, I could see everybody else as this body, and they were showing me how to go inside the body and to remove these little imprints or energy imprints that do create disease, how to remove them from myself, therefore remove them from other people. I could see this. It was a phenomenal experience. And then Alex Gray, there's something that he calls the luminous body that he paints that's, again, absolutely beautiful painting, which is almost your structure, your energetic structure is just light. And so again, I was sleeping, and then I woke up in this state, and there are beings around me, and they're showing me how to go into this state of awareness, which is a really high state of awareness, and how you can talk to the super conscious mind of that person and bring healing to that person. I've seen this also, and phenomenal. Anyway, those are just some of my psychic stories that I've seen. I've also seen like levels open up and beings walk out. When I was 22, I had been sick, and I literally saw, I was sick in bed, and I remember I was 22 because that was it was my birthday, and when I was sick, and people came to visit me because they were worried about me. But anyway, and I was still living at my mom and dad's house at that time period. I literally saw, this was during the day, it wasn't at night, it was during the day. I literally saw a level open up, eyes open, a level opened up, and I could see through this level, and I could see all of these people like standing around, hanging out. And some of these people had outfits on from different time periods. They're just hanging out. I mean, there's a level, and there are people just hanging out. Some people were doing stuff. Anyway, at some point, this couple who was part of this, I don't know, and there were a lot of people there, this group of people, this couple came out, and they looked like they're right around there from like 1900 or so. And they looked kind of ghostly, but they came out of this level into the room, and they were dancing in front of me, literally dancing, like, couple dancing arm in arm, flowing around the room. And I'm just watching going, wow, this is fabulous. I hadn't been feeling good, so I was like, I was being entertained by the spirit world. And I literally, I'm like, oh, that's so great. Look at them, it's so pretty. That kind of thing. And I'm watching them, and just enjoying them, watching them dance in my room. And all of a sudden they swing around, and the guy offers his hand to me, like, do you want to come with us? Well, that scared me. And I said, oh, no, thank you. And I kind of like put the cover like back up over me, and I'm like, oh shit, you can go away now. And they just kept dancing. They went back to where that level was, where all the people were, and that level, it closed up and went away. Now, after that, I did see a lot of beings in that time period, like they were starting to bug me at night and stuff, so it scared me a little. But I also knew at some point in my life that I would really explore this whole world and have a deeper understanding of it so that I wouldn't be afraid of it. And anyway, so I want to encourage you all to explore your psychic abilities. There are many ways to do it. There are classes, there are books. It's really fun. And it's part of being human, actually. It is not, see, I'm not crazy, I swear. It's part of being human is having these type of experiences. Now, everybody has experiences, everybody. I've had others. Those aren't the only ones that are extraordinary. There are just a few of them that I wanted to share because I want to encourage people to explore this world. You can do it by learning how to go into deep trance states. It is one way. So meditation, breath work, deep trance states, I think you can get, learning how to go into those super relaxed states where those experiences are more available to people. Now, you do have to work on your fear and try and conquer your fear, because you may see some scary things. I've seen some scary things, but I've surprised myself when I have, and I'm like, not as afraid, and I'm like, no, this is not, no, you have to go, kind of thing. So it's part of spiritual development, it's part of mastery to learn how to deal with your fear and to, and face it. So this is part of psychic development, spiritual development, mastery. So anyway, also astral projection, if you want to explore lucid dreaming, and astral projection can help you have more of these kind of experiences too, if you're ready. It's a whole world. absolutely wonderful, exciting psychic world for you to explore. So please do it. Have some fun doing it. And again, like I said, get out of the box. Life is to be lived and not to hide away and just find safety. I mean, there are times when we need to be safe. But really, life is about really living it and having an adventure and enjoying the connection with other people, enjoying having these psychic connections. I mean, it is really super cool. And it really makes life exciting when you can start tapping into these experiences. So please go do that. Please explore, have fun. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a great day wherever you are in this world. Bye for now.